It's not too many things that annoy me, but one of the things that is on the list is seeing a adult be financially irresponsible and then complaining about it. You know your bills is due. Why you effing up the money like you ain't got bills due? Then you scrambling trying to figure out how to pay your bills. Then you complain about not having the money to pay your bills because you done been financially irresponsible. Then you talk about how you about to go out and you about to go out to eat and you about to do XYZ, but
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
I hate when you ask somebody how they doing and they respond with, "Oh, I'm just trying to make it." Shit, I'm just trying to make it too. I ain't got no money for you. Don't ask me for no money. I ain't got no money for you. I got kids. I ain't got no money.
People that are financially irresponsible piss me off so badly, especially the ones that think it's like cute or funny that the fact that they're in debt. Like, what are you doing? Like, I just saw a video of a girl who spent $5,000 on her credit card for 1 month and she only has $800 in her actual bank account to try and pay that back. What are people doing? And it pisses me off so much because they spend it on stupid shit also. They'll be like, oh yeah, like I wanted new clothes, so I bought them. Or like, I wanted a designer this, so I bought it. You don't have the fucking money to buy it. Like, maybe it's just me, but being in debt is one of my worst fears because that, like, financial stability, it affects your entire life. It affects your, like, quality of life. And I have a credit card and I only use it for gas. And as soon as I use it for gas, I immediately pay that shit off, right? Because I don't even like the thought of me just having money out there on my credit card that I haven't paid off. And even with my main bank account, I usually keep all of my money in a separate account. And then whenever I actually need to buy something, I will transfer out just how much I need. That way I'm not overspending. And of course I do spend things on, like, you know, for like luxurious things, whatever you want to call them, like things that I enjoy, but I'm smart about it, all right? I don't spend more money than what I have saved up, like, because that's just stupid.
Okay, so I'm here to talk about something serious, even though this all doesn't look serious. But I said this on a live yesterday, but I'm going to say it again just in case somebody didn't hear it. And you may not hear it again, but I got to say it again. Don't ask me for money. Don't. Because I will block your ass so fast, your fucking head would spin. Bitch, what makes you think that I got money to give you? I'm curious. Yo, why do it looks like I got a fucking two-car garage over here? What's going on? Take care of that little situation. Anyway, don't ask me for money. I don't have it. I'm not giving it. You have a lot of nerve, okay? Listen, I sympathize with your situation, but that's all I can do. Sympathize. Okay, I feel bad for a lot of people. I give to people in my own way, on my own terms, in my own time, okay? Do not ask me for it. Okay, I'm not giving money to anybody on here, period. First of all, the amount of scammers on this fucking app is astounding, and I'm no fucking dumb bitch, okay? I don't know who's fucking crying the blues for money, who's bullshitting, who's serious, who's legit. Listen, and I'm sorry if you're legit. Trust me, I'm sorry if you're legit and you're going through some rough times. I've gone through rough times myself back in the day when I was a kid with my parents and my family, okay? Listen, but I'm not giving anybody money here. The only thing that I will do here is a giveaway next time, okay? Just a giveaway of the stuff, the extra stuff that I have. It may have been stuff I paid for, it may have been stuff I got for free, but that's about the only thing I'm giving away, and that's gonna be like as a contest, okay? So don't waste your time sending me messages. I don't wanna say I don't care about what's going on in your life, but I don't know you. You don't know me, okay? You're gonna walk up to a straight, well, you might, I don't know. But I'm just saying. Listen, I can understand rough times are here and all this other stuff, but you got to do what you got to do to get out of the hole you're in, and you can't depend on other people to help you with that. I'm just saying. So if you need money that bad, maybe go to get a GoFundMe page and have people give to you there, but it's not happening here. Sorry.
Me personally, I've never worked a job where I got paid weekly. I've always worked a job where I got paid every 2 weeks. I have heard some people say that when they got paid weekly, they kind of like messed up their money more often because they knew that next week they were getting a check. It kind of made them be more irresponsible with the money versus getting paid every 2 weeks. You know that, okay, well, I'm not going to get another check for 2 more weeks. Either way, being irresponsible is just simply that. Whether you get paid every week or every 2 weeks, you can still F up the money. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's easier to manage money when you get paid every week or every 2 weeks?
$93,000 in debt, and I'm going on 2 vacations this year. Sue me. Boiled Chicken Nugget says this is insane debt and you just don't get it. Actually, I do get it, because I tried the Dave Ramsey method. It did not work for me. It was too restrictive and I didn't pay off any debt. What did work for me though was this time last year, I decided to do it my own way and I paid off over $30,000 in debt. I cash flowed an entire trip within that year to Seattle for $1,083 total. I am a budget traveler. This is a hill that I will die on. If you can cash flow trips, activities, why not do it? You only get to be around your kids when they're young once. And my daughter is 18. We are changing seasons of life. And so we are going on a road trip to Arches, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, Zion, and Vegas. And then we're gonna go on another trip to the Northwest and do all of the national parks there. We love the Northwest. We used to live there. We want to go back. But this is a hill that I will die on. You already got yourself into debt. And you suffer the consequences of that every day. Paying interest, feeling shame, feeling guilt. So why not enjoy your life too? As long as you're still getting out of debt, you're just delaying it. That's all. I'm never going to change my opinion on this.
Okay, y'all, so I have a bad relationship with money. Let's talk about it. Now, I have touched a decent amount of money in the past few years, right? But somehow, some way, I always start a mission in my mind to just spend it all. Like, it's like I know the goals I have in mind. I know what I want. I know what I want to achieve. But spending money brings me so much comfort. It brings me so much peace. And I know that that's stemming from something mental. And I really want us to dig into how if you are kind of like missing something internally, mentally, emotionally, it can show in you having a bad relationship with money. When I was younger, I didn't have the ability to experience as much as I wanted to. And I've kind of been open about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not necessarily feel like I was like locked in a box, but I felt restricted in a lot of ways. And once I finally got my own money, being able to spend my own money felt like the first taste of control that I had in my own life. Because it was my money and I could do whatever I want to do with it, I was like, wow, this feels so good. The ability to do what I want, the freedom to buy what I want, like this feels so good. And I think I ran with that. The joy that I got from scrolling on these different sites, buying different things, anticipating the package to get there, just for when all of these items get there, the fizzle has faded away. The excitement is gone because I got that gratification from scrolling, purchasing, and then waiting. But once it's finally in my face and I've unpackaged it, like the happiness and the comfort of it has disappeared. And now I'm looking to do it with something else, something different. And it's just a very vicious cycle. And I just caught myself yesterday trying to do that same thing. It's like I will have it in my mind, Caitlin, we have to do better with money. We have to do better with money. We have to do better with money. And then somehow, some way, I will find a way to make myself feel like, okay, you have to do this, or this is just such a great idea. And them great ideas always cost a whole bunch of money. And to be real with you, I do feel like it's a form of self-sabotage as well, because it's kind of like, I can't believe I have all of this. Like, I can't believe I have like all of this money coming to me or all of this money in my pocket. And it's kind of like, I feel like I also try to find a way to get rid of it because I kind of psych myself out about it. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but every time I've done really well and got like, you know, large amounts of money, it's kind of like, okay, let's get rid of it. Like, get it away from me. And even though I might not be consciously thinking that, I think it's subconscious, but now I'm actually seeing it. I know the money is just a catalyst. You know what I'm saying? I know that my bad relationship with money comes from a bad relationship with something else or something that's unhealed in me. And I think it's so interesting how something that has absolutely nothing to do with something else can affect it that much. I am slowly working through that issue, but if any of y'all are having that same problem, please comment below. And if you've done some things that have helped you, please, girl, recommend it, because, child, I'm struggling.
Should you be going on vacation while you're getting out of debt? The answer is no, but just like me, probably going to do it anyway. So let me show you what I spent. My lady and I went to the Royalton Grenada, and I stayed at the Diamond Club. I paid $16.25 and 1 cent on the resort. For the flight, Probably paid around 850, 874, the highest. To get ahead of myself, why did I even go to Grenada? Went there for my shorty's 30th birthday. Happy birthday to her. I love you. As for eating out, I went to a place called Umbrellas, and we went to Dodgy Docks. Dodgy Docks, I paid 75 US to get 40 tickets. Came out to 200 Eastern Caribbean dollars. Went to this restaurant called Umbrellas. Got some banging wings. You can't see me, but you see the wings. Banging wings. I got a smash burger. They just gave me 2 patties instead of 2 smash patties. They gave me 2 regular sized patties. But that was about 191 Eastern Caribbean dollars. New clothes from Walmart and Fashion Nova. Spent about 170. And taxis, I spent about let's say like $60 US. Also did a drone shoot with my girl. Here's a little teaser of the drone shoot. Not too much though, not too much. I can't give out all the sauce. She ain't posted yet. All in all, this trip was priceless. She was very happy. So to the original question, should you be going on vacation while you're in debt? The answer is still no, because you gotta go. Stick to it. This page is called I Need to Get Out of Debt. Nah, I'm playing. You have to make sure that you live life and, understand what you're doing this for. I'm doing this so I can do these type of things and not be stressed. But when you give love, surrounded by love, you have to make these sacrifices, which doesn't really feel like a sacrifice when you actually experience it. Because the happiness that you see on the face is priceless, you understand? Now, come on now, look how good I'm looking. I got to grab myself. That's how good I'm looking. All right, brother. Relax, back up.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
I'm about to make a very non-responsible financial decision, and let me tell you, I'm like, should I make it, should I not? I've been putting it on debate. I'm like, do I need to, do I not? And you know what, I don't need to spend this money. Like, I can do what I want to do without any of this. I know it, and I know I can create and execute everything. However, it's been on my heart, in my soul, that I want to buy this item. It is very expensive. Very fucking expensive. And I know I've been on here talking about how my salary is not enough, it's not enough. Guys, I know that I'm going to be making it big. I know I'm going to be making money. I know that this financial decision is just going to support my future self. So really and truly, I am basically borrowing against my future self. Is that the right way to live? No. Do I have savings? Yes. Am I touching my savings? No. I'm just borrowing against my future self. And this is why I need to hurry up and get to 10k, because at least that way, like, I know that even though the monetization isn't the best, I know people have been saying it's shit. I get it. But at least I have the opportunity to make more income. Does that make sense? And the things I bought off TikTok Shop, like, I haven't had the area or the, I don't know, place to actually, like, show off the outfits, and they're so cute. I can't wait to travel so I can actually show you guys the outfits and, like, whatever. But am I making the wrong decision? Am I making the right decision? I don't know. Probably not. But I'm like, this morning I woke up and I was like, I need to buy it.
What not to do in this economy? Be financially irresponsible. That is what you definitely should not be doing. Making stupid financial choices for your life. This is not the time to screw around. This is not the time to mess up. This is not the time for any of that childish behavior. This is the time to be very strict. This is the time to be responsible. This is the time to have a solid budget that you actually stick to. This is not a time to be childish, irresponsible, or any of that stuff, honestly. Because one mistake can hold you back for years to come. I've seen it. This is the time for wisdom. The amount of financially irresponsible people, especially in this generation, is crazy to me. You know that you have stuff to pay for. You know that you have bills due, things that you actually need. And you go and you waste the money on stupid things. I don't understand human beings. Handle your business first, and then splurge later on yourself. And these are the same people who ask for help after they have screwed up their money. These are the same ones. They know that they are making a stupid choice. They know deep down that, you know what, I shouldn't be doing this, but they still do it regardless. I shouldn't be buying this. I shouldn't be going on this trip. But you know what? You only live once. YOLO. And they go. It is hilarious to me, honestly.
So I'm just sitting in the car, nap trapped, and I wanted to just share a little thought that I was having off the back of just returning from our holiday. So for those who don't know me, hi, I'm Jess. I am a 34-year-old working mum of one. I live just outside of Newcastle by the beach, and I talk online about money, career and running a small business. So as I've talked a little bit already about, I have returned from my holiday. I've kind of done my post-holiday budget check-in and just made sure that we were on track for spending. And as I was driving over to my cousin's house today, I was just thinking about how in the past when I returned from a holiday, there have been many, many times when I've returned from that holiday with debt. And that could be a combination of things. It might be that I'd actually paid for the holiday on a credit card in the first place, or potentially that I'd overspent while I was away and put some money on credit cards whilst I was there. And this time coming back from holiday, we have come back in budget. We haven't overspent. We've put nothing on a credit card. We've only spent what we allocated for the holiday. And it's just such a nice feeling. It's so nice to come back and not be thinking that we now have to pay off the money that we'd spent on the holiday. Having said that though, I was also thinking, like, do I regret the times that I've put things on a credit card in relation to travel and holidays? And the answer is ultimately no. Because I've always been someone who's quite good at managing money and has always had an eye on that money management. I don't think I've ever done this in a way that's really taken us to a point where we would be in financial difficulty. I've always done that knowing that I would be able to pay back that money fairly quickly. So, you know, sometimes we've paid for a holiday on a payment plan, or if we have put things on a credit card, it's been with the knowledge that there was something coming up that would allow us to pay that off. For example, when I knew we were going to sell our house, I knew we would get some money, we would pay off our debts, or you know, I might just put something on a credit card knowing that we could afford to put £300-400 a month towards that going forwards. And ultimately, you know, we have paid all of our debt off now, and we are in a position where we don't have any credit cards or loans or any payments like that. But I am in my mid-30s now, and it has very much taken us up until the kind of last year to pay that all off. So. But, you know, I do know as well that where we have done that in the past and then had to commit to paying £300-400-500 a month off a credit card, that has meant that we'd have to pull back spending in other places. And the reason that we have always felt okay about doing that is because travel is an area that we've always been willing to spend a bit more money on. I do think as well as time's gone on, we've probably travelled less, since the pandemic, since having our little boy, we have had less trips to pay for, and that's probably why now we are able to pay those off with no debt involved. But yeah, regardless, it's such a nice feeling to come back from this trip knowing that we've paid for that, there's no debt accrued, we've had a fantastic time, and it hasn't put us in any sort of financial difficulty, any sort of financial hardship. We're not going to have to pull back on other things in order to pay this trip off. And going forward, that's definitely how I want travel to be. I don't want to put myself in a position again where we are getting ourselves into debt to go on holiday. And I'm going to be making sure that I'm budgeting even more closely than I have done in the past, so that that's always the case. Some people have, I see people talking about like a sinking fund where they put money away for a holiday each month. We don't actually do that. We just save into our various savings accounts, and then I kind of plan throughout the year what we're going to use that all for. But yeah, I am thinking that a sinking fund for holiday might be quite a nice thing. So we've got like a set budget each year and we don't go beyond that. So yeah, if that's something anyone else does, please do let me know.
I am somebody who's super irresponsible with money, and lately I've loved saying the phrase, it pays for itself, about things that absolutely do not technically pay for themselves. It makes me laugh. Like if I'm gonna go out to dinner with friends and I'm like, I don't really have the money for this, like I really shouldn't be doing this, but I'm gonna love the dinner, so you know what, it basically pays for itself. Like tomorrow I'm going to a 4th of July party, so obviously I bought a super soaker water gun to take to the party, and you know what, when I was thinking about it, I was like, basically this pays for itself because I'm gonna like it. I'm gonna like using this, so basically I'm gonna make money. Like what I'm paying to get my hair bleached and toned this color, okay, like honey, like that's paying for itself every day because it looks good. So if anybody ever is shaming you because you're buying a frivolous fun little thing, just look them in the face and say, oh, this pays for itself.
So I came across a story that Americans are putting themselves into debt visiting Disney World. They are using their savings, credit cards, maxing it out just to take their families for a weekend to Disney World. Now, I get it. I understand that Disney World is its 50th anniversary, a lot of memories, lifetime memories. It's a lot of fun for the family. It's great. But when you have to go into debt and when you have to max out your credit cards just to go to Disney World, I mean, this is airfare, hotel, the tickets. Is it really worth it to get yourself into a lot of debt for a Disney World vacation? I mean, this is going on like crazy right now in the United States. You know, in 1971, the price of a ticket to Disney World was $3.50. So with inflation and the cost of living today, that would constitute to about $26 today. But it's $141 per ticket. And multiplied by airfare and hotels and multiple people and food, the rising cost of food, it's a big, big expense. So my question to you is it really worth it to put yourself and your family in debt and use your credit card, take about 6 months to a year to pay this off for a weekend in Disney World? Ain't that easy.
How are people doing this? I see people online going on these extravagant vacations and buying like expensive things, and I am into my career and have a good job, and instead of going to Europe like I wanted to this summer, I went to the desert and camped on BLM land because it's free with friends, and it was a great time. But like, how are people doing this? Are you just like in mad debt and I don't know about it? Like, what are people doing? Everything is so freaking expensive.
Let's discuss the financially irresponsible things I've done in my 20s as a financially responsible 25-year-old. I purchased a Ford E450 truck mobile bus to start a mobile bookstore with no business plan and no capital. Took out my second credit card to get my dog and all of the essentials that he needed and all of his vaccinations, and promptly went into about $3,000 of credit card debt. After college, I was in love and I stayed in the area that I was in because I wanted to be with my partner, and promptly took a $36,000 job in 2021. I married that person and inherited six-figure student loan debt.
Buy now, pay later services are going to have y'all in so much trouble, you're not going to know how to get out. I'm for to sound like the old uncle right now, but I am very concerned about this generation and how they utilize these services. I'm going to go into detail about this topic in my newsletter, but it's so important to me to get this message out that I want to make a video about it right now. These kids are utilizing these services, which that's what they're here for, but you have to use them, responsibly. They're using these services to book so many outlandish flights and trips to places where, we can't even imagine to go, but they're booking these trips with these services, and they're going on a trip without it even being paid for and dealing with the repercussions later. This is worse from when we were in high school, and when you graduated, maybe in college, they started sending you out these credit cards and everything, and your parents was like, oh, don't do that. I feel like this is worse. I believe travel is for everyone. I've always had that message. I believe that everyone deserves to travel and experience life outside of their city. But like my mama used to tell me, you don't go nowhere if your bills ain't paid. We need to move from this mindset of thinking what we see on social media is better than the life that we live. Because 9 times out of 10, it ain't really what it's given. Young travel friends, listen, I don't know where your parents at. I don't know what's going on. But if nobody's going to tell you, listen here right now. Don't you try to keep up with the Joneses trying to fly out, get flued out, pretend like you get these people pretending they getting flued out. Just stop. Because you're going to find yourself in a place where you can't get out. And nobody wants to be 10 feet under that.
Now, y'all know that I am financially irresponsible, okay? I don't always make the smart choices when it comes to finances, and I just like to spend it, and I just am like, we will figure it out, okay? I will find a way to make some additional money with my consulting work, with side gigs, whatever it will be, moving money around in all my accounts. Things will get paid, okay? I don't miss paying my bills. I'm an independent woman. INDEP. Anyways, you get the point. But I don't know if I'm this financially irresponsible, because listen, I'm supposed to be going on an international trip this summer with a group of people, and I am here for it. I'm ready. It's going to be a beautiful experience. People who all have similar interests, a group of fantastic women. Do I know most of them? No, but that's okay. That's not what's important. They're mutuals, you know. Anyways, y'all, this flight though. The flight that they're like, let's pick this flight. And I'm like, this is a $2,500 flight. I travel internationally every year, okay? Like every year, sometimes multiple times a year. And I have never in my life, never one time ever, never paid more than $900 total with everything, especially even in little airlines where you got to pay for everything. Okay, I'm talking seat, bag, seat belt, whatever else it might be. $2,500. Listen, I've got checks coming in the mail, I've got some contracts aside, but I also am like, ooh, come May, theoretically speaking, I'm gonna have to start paying back my student loans. Okay, and I also have, you know, credit card debt and a mortgage and a car note, and my house is falling apart. And I'm like, can I continue to be financially irresponsible? I don't think that I can. I don't know. I cannot. I mean, yes, I could probably do like a payment plan for said flight, but that's not the point. The point is that it would still come out of my pocket eventually, and that's $2,500. And all the people in the group are like, bought my flight, and I'm just like, I can't. I don't know that I can, and I really want to go because it'll be fun and it'll be an amazing experience, and it's like 17 days, but I'm also probably gonna have to take unpaid time off because I will not have 17 vacation days because I use them to take them off to go do consulting to make the money to pay for the trip.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.